We're going to move on to topic 2. We're going to briefly give a little review about the new Netflix movie phenomenon sweeping the nation. The Escape the Undertaker featuring New Day movie by WWE on Netflix. Yeah, I figured it was Halloween time. This is a new movie that came out. It'd be fun to review it.
Tag team ever.
Yeah, have some fun with it. So, John, you mentioned you hadn't watched it yet, right?
No.
Okay. Do you know anything about the movie at all, or no?
Nothing at all. All I know is Big E is the WWE champion.
Okay.
That's it.
Gotcha. All right. So what I'm going to do, viewers around the world, is I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of what the hell this movie is. I'm going to give my review, and then I'll say spoilers, and I'm just going to kind of break down this thing. Full spoilers, John. I hope you don't mind. If you do, I'll give you a little mute sign. You can do that.
Not at all. Go ahead.
Right, cool. All right, so what this movie is, this is a short interactive film on Netflix. Features WWE superstars, The Undertaker, and The New Day. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E. The storyline here is The New Day is going to The Undertaker's house because they want the power of the urn. They want to use the power of the urn and the power of positivity to just kind of, increase themselves. So they're going to Undertaker's house, and Undertaker is evil and mean, and he's not super welcoming of having them in their house, but he sees something of the energy they're putting off with their positivity. He's like, those are strong souls that I can use to increase my power in the urn. So he unlocks the door, lets them in, and it leads to hijinks of the New Day trying to figure out how they can get the urn while also escaping the Undertaker and how he is threatening their souls and livelihood. So, yes, a little ridiculous in concept. I get that.
It's the New Day, though. Like, what do you expect?
Right. So, my overall review of this experience. It's interactive, so you get to choose the choices of like where the gang goes, what decisions they make, etc., etc.
Just like the Bear Grylls one that they had up on Netflix.
Oh,
they had one
have
just
one for
like
him?
that. Yeah. Where it's just like, all right, what are we gonna do? I have a rope. How do I use this rope?
Oh, cool.
And he would just pick what he wants to do.
So yeah, it's those
really
old
clear.
choose your own adventure books. So yeah, it takes you about 30 minutes to get from start to finish in one run. And then if you want to see all the other, past choices, etc., with a little powering of fast forwarding, I think you can get through it in maybe another 15, 20 minutes, see all those options. I had a good time with it. It was, it was dumb, but it was fun. If you just... It was dumb fun. If you turn off your brain, you just kind of, let yourself absorb it, you can have a good time with it. Is it going to break the bank and, be the best film ever? No, of course not, but it's a good time. There's good comedy in it, there's good action scenes, and the choices do feel rewarding when you make them. It's not just kind of toss away for the most part. So I'd say it's good. If you want to give it a try, if you have a few minutes, yeah, give it a shot. But if you miss it, it's not the end of the world. So now I'm going to go into full spoiler mode. So if you did want to avoid that, peace out. See you later. So I thought the movie is good, but ultimately it's very simple in its formula where you're going to get pretty much to the end pretty easily. Like, there's only one real start to finish storyline. There's no like super winding weaving paths. There are a few different endings. There's a good ending, a bad ending, and then 3 very bad endings.
Ooh.
Okay. So,
well, obviously there's 3 of them, so that makes sense.
Right. So how the story plays out, you enter the mansion, the House of Undertaker, and you're immediately prompted after some context of 3 choices. Kofi's hearing some voices upstairs. Woods notices there's some fog coming down the hallway from a basement. And Big E's going to notice there's this curtained off area with lights flashing. They're trying to find the urn, obviously. So that's your first choice. who are we going to travel with? Who are we going to decide to go with? So the path I decided to go with was Big E, because Big E is hilarious. I love Big E, so I was like, fuck it, I want to watch what he's going to do. So
it's a new day.
So Big E goes in this room. We find the urn immediately, but it's locked up in this contraption. Okay, interesting. We're in this room. There's a lot of knickknacks, etc. But then he notices there's this big throne, big wooden throne for Taker. And he's like, man, this is pretty cool. This is pretty badass. And he sits and he's like, yeah, I can feel the power of, like, I'm king right now. As he's sitting there, the man will get locked into the chair through astral magic and is handcuffed and gets, like, shit happens to him. Essentially, his soul is going to be taken from him or start to be taken from him. And Woods and Kofi are going to save him, going to get him out of that. We hear the booming voice of Undertaker that Big E is now in peril. They only have a certain amount of time to figure out how to save their friend. There's a little hourglass by the urn. It's Big E's soul slowly depleting into the urn. Shit. All right, so we got some problems here. So we notice on this contraption that it's locked in, there's some keyholes. There is a keyhole, rather. So we're like, all right, we got to find the key. Cool. So from there, we get a little bit more context clues from Woods and Kofi of what they experienced from upstairs if we were Kofi, downstairs if we were Woods. Oh, I saw this thing, blah, blah, blah. So from there, you're going to choose. Okay, which way are we going to go? Are we going to go the way Kofi says upstairs, or are we going to go the way Woods said down the basement? Personally, I was like, fuck that. I ain't going to no basement. I went upstairs. So
we all know who's going to survive a horror movie.
So I went up in the library, and you're searching for the key. Kofi mentions there was this painting that he saw, which was speaking to him, doing all the cryptic stuff before he heard he in trouble and go to save him. You notice on the painting there's some clues that you need to pay attention to where the key might be. So you use that information in the library to start finding the key. We find the key is kind of trapped in like a stuffed alligator, or like a, not a stuffed, but like a taxidermied alligator. It's in the mouth.
Interesting.
Ian Woods noticed that, and they're working towards it. Meanwhile, Kofi's looking around for other stuff and notices a secret back like room in the library. You get a choice. Am I going to stick with Woods and E and get the key, or am I going to go with Kofi and go in the secret room? I stick with Ian Woods. I'm like, we're on this journey to get the key. Let's get the key. All right. We do that. Success. Kofi's gone, obviously. He's gone in this room. Weird. As we're also in this room, Big E's going to notice this book of, like, scripture or whatever. But there's a little, like, indent in the book that has a vial labeled power. And you have the option to take that or not. And I was like, weird. I'm going to take it. I'm just going to keep it. Sure, why not? There's got to be a reason I found this. So, whatever. So, we take the key that we found. We take the key. We take the drugs. No, I'm just kidding. And we bring it back downstairs. We bring it back downstairs to the urn. All right, cool. We're going to get out of here. Put in the key.
Oh, wait. Where's Kofi?
Kofi will magically rejoin us through another secret hatch. He's going to come back in the same room with the urn. He's like, guys, the Undertaker's watching us. He's got all these cameras and stuff. Like, he's been through some shit. And he comes back and regroups with the stuff.
Been through shit.
So anyways, we got the key. We put it in the urn thing. Half of the apparatus comes apart. And we're like, shit. Why is it still locked? All right. He's feeling terrible. He feels real sick. He's like, guys, I'm sick of this. I just want to get this over with. Can we break the urn out of there? Kofi and Woods are like, no, man, we got to stay to this. We don't know what kind of damage that'll do to you. Let's stick to the plan. So there's your choice. Break it free, stick to the plan. I stuck with the plan.
Stick to the plan.
So I'm going to find another key. So we go in the basement. Yippee! So we're going in the basement, and we're in a morgue. There's all these animals and jars, and there's a dead body that's a little Easter egg to Isaac Yankem, a.k.a. Kane's former character. All right, cool. We get a little Easter egg. That's
so that was the
dentist character.
That was the dentist. Yeah.
So we're going to see the smoke start to billow up again. And Woods is like, oh, no, it's fine. I touched the smoke earlier. No need to worry. The key's literally right over there in a jar. Let's go grab it. So Woods goes, do. You get the choice. Am I going to follow Woods or am I going to stick with the boys? I stick with the boys. I'm like, that's not fun. That's not safe. So Woods goes over, all happy, you know, whatever. And guess who rises from the smoke? Undertaker's going to come up and he just literally grabs Xavier and pulls him down like a fucking into hell. So Woods gone at this moment.
Dead, presumably.
Still some smoke billowing up. E and Kofi are freaking out. Kofi's going to do some acrobatics. He's going to get the key, and the guys are going to escape the room. All right, cool. We're back at the urn. Sweet. We're there. We're a little bit sad about Woods. What's going on with him? Where's he? Woods is going to get thrown out of a window door from the side back into the room. Just like, wah! He's in Scooby-Doo mode. And he's like...
Seen some shit.
Yeah, he's also seen some shit. He's narrowly escaped the Undertaker. All right. Second key. Waka! All right. Full apparatus is now open. Yes. Awesome. We see a bunch of purple hoopla go back into E. E is saved. His soul has been returned. Yippee! Mission accomplished. Let's get this urn. Let's get the fuck out of here. So we're about to grab the urn. We all grab it. However, screen goes black. And Undertaker says, now we need to face our fears. Oh shit. So you get to pick one of the three gentlemen. See what their biggest fear is. I stuck with E. No, I went with Woods. I'm sorry. I went with Woods because I was like, I want to know what your fear is. Woods' fear is being buried alive. So you get to experience that as Wood is getting buried alive by the Undertaker. You get a choice. Are you going to succumb to your fears or are you going to use the power of positivity and, you know, stick it out? Obviously, I want to stick it out. So I picked the positive output. Wood says, you know, no, I'm going to tough it out. It's for my guys. You know, not going to become a slave to the Undertaker, become one of your dominion or whatever. Snap out of it. Woods is still in a coffin, but he's like looking around. He's trying to get out. He hears E and he hears Kingston, also in coffins next to him. The guys get out of there. They regroup. There's Taker. Oh shit, it's about to go down. So we're all gonna fight the Undertaker now. So we get this sequence. Get the sequence now. The guys are trying to take out Taker. Taker's got the superpowers of the undead, and he's punching us like nobody's business, fucking laying us out left and right. Sweet. At some point, Woods and Kingston are gonna keep the Undertaker at bay. There's the urn. You get one final choice. Am I gonna take the urn to, you know, mission accomplished here to get it out for the new day, or am I going to destroy it? I chose to destroy it, but the only way I can destroy it is using the super serum that I found in the book earlier for the power. Big E pops the power, takes a sledgehammer, and smashes the urn. They're teleported out of the mansion. We did it. We're out of here. And happy ending. Woohoo! We get out of here scot-free. So, that was the path I took. Your other endings. The story is going to play out exactly the same way up until a certain point. It does not matter which of the three you choose to go with at the beginning. You will just obviously see the context clues from their perspective. You'll get that information.
The shit they saw, you will see.
You will see, exactly. And then same thing for when Woods gets taken by Undertaker into the smoke and Kingston goes into the secret hallway in the library. You just experience all that. Everything's still the same. Where the other endings come into play is when you start facing their fears. So Woods, I mentioned, is buried alive. Kofi is scared of naysayers or like nobody believing in him. And then E is scared of spiders. So you get the little gag where spiders are crawling all over him. In each of those sequences, the Undertaker is present. And he asks, you know, are you going to join me or not? If you decide to join him, the story ends there. You become evil and story ends. And you get the chance to redo it. The only one that's slightly different is Woods. Woods, in the coffin, if you decide to, be part of Undertaker's crew. Taker says there's going to be a moment in time where you need to turn on your friends. So everything will from there play out the same of the whole battle with the Undertaker, blah, blah, blah. We're going to fight it out, get the shit kicked out of us. At that moment where E has the opportunity to break the urn or take the urn, and Kingston and Woods are keeping him at bay, Undertaker says now is the time. And Woods goes super evil, beats up his friends, and that's the ending there for them. There's one other ending, which is the bad one, I guess. And that's when you're going to take the urn. Now, the reason it's the bad one, everything plays out the same. No power vial. That's the only difference. You're going to run up. You're going to snatch it. As soon as E snatches it, once again, they get kicked out of the mansion. No urn in sight. So it's like mission failure. Like, what was the point of all that? So, there's all your endings. Like I said, it was short, it was sweet, it was a good time, but nothing, breaking the bank here, being super fun. I thought all the acting from the four of these guys was good. Nobody felt like out of place or like reading lines. Like obviously they all have their scripts and whatever, but it felt natural enough or in their characters that it was good.
Right. So,
it was a fun time. It was a fun time. So yeah, a little spooky, not too bad. Nothing bad.
Yeah. I think if they kept the Fiend and the Fiend was still a thing and things were going good, I think they might have made something similar with him as well.
Yeah, they definitely could have.
This sounds a lot like the vein of Bray Wyatt's brain, and like with the Firefly Funhouse match, which I really loved. Yeah. And then the Undertaker did a cinematic match with AJ Styles, so this kind of just seems like the WWE is starting to press heavy more into those style of matches. And
yeah, they definitely did during COVID, just because why not? Nobody's around, everybody's going to view it from home the same way. So if we could do something cool where people in the arena don't have to look at a screen, sure, why not? And yeah, I thought it worked out well. So yeah, it was just a nice little turn and twist on what they've been doing. Yeah, nice. Well,
I think it was a great way to build on it too, especially putting it on Netflix.
Oh yeah, bigger audience there, broader, and Undertaker's got the name value, so maybe that'll pull people in too. New Day's pretty big too, so but yeah. This has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma911, and today I was joined by Big John, Grind USA 232. John, thank you so much for being on the podcast today, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have you on again soon for another more AEW talk or just something in general. We were talking about some Far Cry 6 pre-stream, so we'll have to see. Maybe we'll follow up with something video game related.
I'm actually downloading that right now.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's at 1.7 of 37.
Ooh.
I'm going to be here all night.
You guys can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma911 every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join the chat if you're a subscriber over there. We'd love to have you in on the conversation. If you can't catch it live, that's A-okay. You can catch it the very next week over on YouTube and podcast services, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. Last but not man, this outro just today is not working. Last but not least, #ad merch store. You can get all of your swag over there, t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand, support us. It would be greatly appreciated. John, thanks again for hopping on today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, anytime. Viewers, listeners, watchers, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for giving this a shot, and we will see you guys on